The first few LittleBigPlanet games have always had only one protagonist for the game, and that for a total of 6 years straight. That is until LittleBigPlanet 3 introduced 3 other main characters, most notably the Toggle, Oddsock, and Swoop. But have you ever wondered how would the franchise been if instead of Sackboy, the main character was Toggle? Well, wonder no more, as in this video I'll be beating LittleBigPlanet 1 while changing the game's character to Toggle. A few things to be mentioned before I go ahead. Toggle is a character that can change size, and he is also known to be a lot heavier than Sackboy. He can do almost everything you would normally do except pick up power-ups, which will make it more difficult, as you will see. And with that out of the way, hope you enjoy. Starting with introduction, this level is a total breeze as it contains nothing that Toggle can do. It's just a mere tutorial that can be finished pretty quickly. Moving on to the gardens, we start by walking down to the king, which is just a static old cardboard with a magic mouth. No, I'm just kidding, forget that. Walking down to Dumpty and showing him the power of the mighty Toggle. Yeah, could not help myself. You'll be seeing me do this stuff a lot in this video. It's purely to test the difference in strength compared to Sackboy though. After messing around and swinging, we can go on and sweep through the level with ease, as it is one of the very first few levels and acts as a tutorial for the mechanics that need to be learned to progress. And with that, let's hop to the next level. The next one has us learning the mechanics of grabbing and swinging, so it will totally be easier for Toggle due to his, let's say, bigger weight and strength than normal. The level consists of many grabbing blocks as well as llamas that need a push, and as you can clearly see, Toggle can easily do all of that. And this is the moment where I literally tried to move a cloud. Yep, couldn't do it. No matter what and how strong Toggle seems to be, he cannot stop nature. But anyways, after violating the llama, we can continue to push out of the castle and throw a revolution by throwing the queen of the gardens away. The king will totally not approve of it though. Anyways, afterwards everything seems basic and the level can be finished in a couple of minutes. Skate to Victory is a level that, let's say, lets the king avenge the act of rebellion that we just did. You see, the level can be completed quite smoothly until one section of the level, which makes it impossible. Remember when I told you that Toggle cannot use power-ups? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. No matter what I tried, there just isn't a way to pass this level and advance forward. But don't worry, as you will see, this is the only level that can't be finished. The other ones are going to be good, so we'll let this slide and move to the next world, the Savannah. The next level starts with us flying our supposedly submarine. Yep, that actually happens a lot with submarines, according to the Craft World lore. Just joking. Anyways, we move on by jumping across enslaved giraffes and continue to literally violate monkeys. Yep, this is what the game wants you to do. To make it worse, Toggle almost completely rips them apart. By swinging on their tails, we can move on and make our ways to the buffaloes. As if Toggle is not himself one. I mean, look at him. We can simply finish the level in no time. Burning Forest starts with Toggle being the nicest person. I mean, look, he was just trying to help that monkey. He's a chiropractor now. Moving on, we can make our way to the buffaloes and just jump across all of them. Honestly, I feel bad for these animals. Not only do they have to carry Toggle, but also endure through fire. It's a shame. But hey, this game defies physics and lost lots of time, so I guess it's okay. It's just a game at the end of the day. I tried to save one though. Look. After swinging throughout the trees and avoiding crocodiles, we can move across the many other dangers. Finally, we can jump down to the cave and make our way to the final level of the Savannah. The Meerkat Kingdom is a level that we can cross with ease. It's practically made for Toggle, and that's only because he can become smaller. If he didn't have this ability, the level would have been impossible. But let's be glad that he can. I mean, he can fit perfectly in the tight and small spaces, making it even easier than what the game normally is with Sackboy. So that's an advantage right there. Moving on, we can speed through the level until the section where Toggle needs to get matters in his own hands. Yep. We all know that Meerkat Kid needs a beating. And believe me, Toggle won't miss. It's for sure that that kid won't do that ever again. Anyways, we can carry on and finish the level flawlessly. The next world, the wedding, is where things start to get interesting. You see, Toggle is heavy, but if you know this level, you would know just how chaotic things can get. Because it requires just that. And yeah, as you can see, he almost broke the jaw of the giant skeleton. But the springy platforms hold the true power. They are the key to messing with this level. As you can see, by changing forms from small to big, we can launch Toggle in areas that are not even supposed to be seen. And of course, with that trick we can also skip a ton of things. It's practically flying, and this level is easily one of my favorites in this video just because of that. After traveling across, we can make the highest jump in history of LittleBigPlanet by abusing the springs of the platforms. After that, the level can be ended. The darkness is absolutely one of the most boring levels to ever be created. So we are just going to go ahead, drag the dog and help the collector in his schemes. Yep, definitely not missing that dog. Afterwards, we can continue the level just as normal and finally end it. The next level is our first boss encounter, which is called the Skulldozer, but he is no match for our strength, as you will see. This fight is mostly just running and escaping from his fireballs, so we can just walk throughout all the level. And yeah, who needs the Skulldozer when Toggle can destroy everything with his tons of mass stored in his body? Honestly, the Skulldozer had no chance to begin with. Next is the level I'm most proud of myself. The first level of Canyons is Boomtown, and this is where things start to really spice up. For starters, we begin pushing some blocks and continue our way onto the big canyon. After killing the cow, we can peacefully advance to the inner city or village, whatever that's called. After exploding some bombs, we can make our way to the prison, in which we need to free the creator of Canyons. Don't tell me to spell out his name though, I might spell it wrong. Anyways, this is where things started to take a turn for worse. If you remember this level is famous for its horrible jetpack section in which you need to carry bombs to the big caverns. Yep, but as I told you, Toggle cannot use jetpack, so I had to come out with a solution. And as you might have guessed it, I did, and it was insane. You see, by inviting a second player, we can manage to do some trickery and get on top of the canyon. While the other player activates the player sensor, we jump just at the right time and land on Collector's head. Afterwards, we can manage to get on top of the other canyon and literally escape and skip most of the level. So yeah, there you go, Toggle is a certified legend now. And also, I think that skeleton character is going to rot in prison. Making our way onto the second level of Canyons is the Mines, one of my all-time most hated levels. Also, I have no idea how that person got out of prison. The reason why I dislike this level so much is mostly because it is the longest level in the first game, and the gameplay is very basic, but have to give it to it. These parts when you speed with the carts are awesome. It reminds me of Skate to Victory. Anyways, we can move on by repeating the same thing a dozen of times, and after walking on fire we can go to the last section of the level. Yep, Toggle must run for his life. After it we can finish the level and continue onto our last Canyons level, and also the boss. Serpent Shrine consists of many small areas for our small Toggle to fit, and also it's a level all about timing your moves carefully, so we can just defeat hordes of enemies and avoid the fiery snakes. Don't know what kind of snakes those are supposed to be, but they are probably best to be avoided. And yeah, after a long time of swinging, defeating, we can make our way onto the boss of the Canyons, which is none other than Zapata. Toggle can definitely handle it though. This boss is honestly one of the more harder ones because of the bombs that get thrown every 5 seconds, but with a careful attitude we can just use that to our own advantage and finally totally destroying Zapata. The next world starts with the Fast and the Furious Toggle, and whatever he is doing while speeding in that car. Honestly, this level has some great moments, and even though the Metropolis is not my favorite world, it's to be applauded for the gameplay. After opening the bridge, we can cross with the car onto the next big sections of the level until we arrive at my favorite part of the entire thing. But before that, we need to practice our driving skills. Afterwards, we can meet with Z-Dude and challenge him on a race. And yeah, he probably has no driver's license, so we can finish the level flawlessly by flexing and moving on to the next level. The next level has us taking the elevator and running to the underground tunnels. After channeling Toggle's inner hamster, we can make our way easily to the later sections of the level. Visually, I've always thought that this level is very good, and to tell you the truth, because of the trailers, this level is actually one of the most iconic levels of the game, especially because of all these yellow trains. But anyway, we can go to the last elevator, which takes, to tell you the truth, a lot of time, and then go to the store and see how much stronger Toggle has gotten. Yep, he's definitely stronger. Then we can finish the level. Up next is Toggle Goes to India. Yep, the temples is actually based on Indian culture and it perfectly captures all that, even with their not so beautiful cults and inappropriate dancers. Honestly, you cannot convince me that this game was only made for kids, because it definitely is not only made for them. Anyways, this level called the Dancer's Court is one of the trickiest levels because of the insane amount of moving platforms it has. From spinning wheels to giant fire snakes to giant dancers, there is so much to be crossed. Honestly, Toggle will definitely not feel that big anymore. After crossing all which I described, we can channel our inner Indiana Jones and beat the fire snake blocking our path. Then, we can finish this level with ease. As you all might know by now because of my video called the worst level from every LittleBigPlanet game, the Elephant Temple is by far one of the most boring levels to exist in the franchise. But despite that, I actually enjoyed it while playing as Toggle. You see, after moving past all the difficulties the level has, we can go to the final part where there's the walking elephant. Which, by the way, is the reason why I dislike this level so much. I really dislike auto-scrollers, even though this one is more moderate. But I actually learned that you can totally beat this level while only staying as small Toggle all the time. And with that out of the way, we can finish. The next level coming up is from the wilderness, which is the final world of the game, in which you have to fight the collector. We start by going down with the winch to the gates and open them. Afterwards we continue to advance to the moving fortress, because that's what this level literally is. Almost everything is connected and everything just moves up and down all the time. But it's okay, because the wilderness is my second favorite world from the game. Still would have loved to play the other missing levels. Maybe we'll have a chance with a new server coming. Anyways, after freeing the Canyon characters once again, for the second time, we can make our way onto the final winch and finish the level. This is it, the moment of the truth, and the final battle has come. It's Toggle versus the Collector. Who am I kidding? If Sackboy can beat him, Toggle totally rips him apart. I mean, see it for yourselves. He casually destroys everything the Collector throws at him. Just look at how he destroyed his hands. Toggle is official in his final arc, where he becomes king of the craft world. Anyways, after totally humiliating the Collector, we can finish this game happily. And that was all for today's video. In total, excluding all the other levels which were not playable, Toggle could beat almost the entire game, with the only level causing difficulty being Skate to Victory. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as me, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I've got more content coming, so stay tuned. The best is coming. And with that, goodbye, hope you all the best, and see you next time.